YouTube. Hi, Steven. Thank you for talking with me at the sauna, and I'm sorry that it took me so long to get back to you. This is a video that I made to show you how to do a castor pack, which I told you would be really helpful for your back. So the first thing is we're going to use hot water. And you don't have to if you have a heat pad. You can also use a heat pad. I'm going to use a hot water bottle, which is right here. And while the water is heating up, I'm going to show you how I'm going to show you basically the potential reason why your back is not healing. The first thing you just have to, I don't think believe is the right word, but appreciate maybe, or just think that the human body is a self-correcting organism, that you can heal. No matter what happens, it's possible to heal. Whether it's a disease or an injury. And that's like what my certification is in natural healing without drugs nor surgery. So if you can just think that the body can heal itself, then just imagine or think, well, what could be the reason why the back hasn't healed yet? So that's what I'm going to talk about right now in about 5 minutes while the water is heating up. Okay? So here's your head. Here's your body. And then here's your spine, right? And we'll go down to the hip here. And then this is going to be your the end of your digestive system, which, you know, is the colon. Okay, so you said yours is on the right side. The right side of your back. And I have a similar situation. I have an injury on the right side of my back. So, if the body can heal itself and it has this energy that travels through the body to heal itself, you have a congestion that's not allowing this to heal itself. And so, when you flip over from the back to the front, you have the liver, and off of the liver comes the gallbladder. And then here's your body. Again, okay? So what happens is, because of the modern diet, which is called the standard American diet, it's full of like cooked food and other things that is really not natural. I was just watching a video the other day, and the gentleman said that a human animal is not several 100,000 years old, as is commonly taught. It's actually millions of years old. So the modern diet is very relatively new compared to our system. And the liver is supposed to purify the blood. It's like a kitchen sponge. And it becomes overloaded with the metabolic waste and other toxins that's, you know, everywhere. So the liver and the gallbladder becomes congested. I'm trying to shorten this and not talk for an hour and just get right into it, okay? So the liver becomes congested, and then we'll shorten this, which is the intestine. We'll shorten it to just to be a squiggly line, although it's very long. Because the liver and the gallbladder is congested, it doesn't produce enough bile. And the bile is the force that is responsible for food moving through the intestine. It's not just fiber, because fiber is physical, bile is chemical. And you need bile to have transit time of food which is optimal. And that's 12 to 24 hours from when you eat something to when it comes out. Okay, this is the end of the colon down here. When it comes out, it should be 12 to 24 hours after you eat. If not, you end up with mold, fungus, and yeast in the intestinal tract. And that can result in many symptoms, not just congestion, which is what we're talking about here. Congestion that reverberates, for lack of a better word, through the whole body. You have congestion that comes out of the intestine because the intestine is supposed to produce neurotransmitters. And neurotransmitters is what causes energy flow or enables energy flow. There's more neurotransmitters, there's more nerve fibers coming out of the intestine that are connected to the brain. So this is our primary brain, the brain of the gut. You can look that up on YouTube. It's actually cutting edge. That's why you don't really hear about it too much in modern medicine. It's actually cutting edge science. But it's coming out more and more information. You can look it up. Okay, so you got the brain of the gut, and the body is the mind's experience of itself. So what's happening in here is happening in here, and vice versa. It's connected. But as far as healing the back, okay, now I'm doing the same thing as you, which is you have at the end of the small intestine, I should have drawn this differently. At the end of the small intestine, when it connects to the large intestine, is the ileocecal valve. And this is the primary spot where you have leaky gut condition. And leaky gut is when you have like athlete's foot, it cracks. It's supposed to be a sphincter, but if you see like where these indentations are, it can be cracked like athlete's foot from the fungal infection, from the food not leaving fast enough. It gets dried out, it gets cracked, and these toxins leak into the bloodstream. And it's called a universal reactor. It can contribute to mental conditions, emotional conditions, any type of like arthritis and degeneration is all connected. And if we heal this, you give yourself the best chance of healing everything, not just your back, but it certainly will help. If you reduce the inflammation in the lower right quadrant of your intestine, it will help your back to heal. So the two things I'm going to recommend, Stephen, we're 10 minutes into the video and the water's boiling, so I'm gonna stop this part. I'm gonna show you how to do the castor pack now. Thanks for sticking by. If you have stuck up to this point, the two things I'm gonna recommend is to learn how to do liver flushing, aka oil and lemon liver flush. Okay, we're not gonna do that today, but I do that, and I can show you how to do that. I've actually done it live on YouTube a bunch of times. So anybody watching who wants to learn how to do the oil and lemon liver flush, connect with me. I'll send you links and I'll just guide you for free. I'm at the point in my career as a health coach, which is the beginning. So if you get in now, I won't even charge you. Okay, oil and lemon liver flush is going to reduce the congestion in the liver. You do it several times, and then you get an optimal flow of bile, which will help to get on the process of healing the gut and the leaky gut. The next thing, which I'm going to show you to do right now, is a castor pack. And the castor pack, you can look this up, is anti-inflammatory. So it will reduce congestion everywhere you put it. And you can put it right on the back. You can put it on the leaky gut. You can put it on the liver. You can put it on any injury. And this is how you do it. Okay? So if you're watching, your name's not Steven, you want to do natural healing, these things are going to be very helpful no matter what it is. And I invite you to connect with me for free on my site or in the comments, you know, anywhere. Oh, somebody texted me. Who's this? Oh, okay. All right, so, okay. All right, so we got the hot water, and it's actually too hot right now. You don't want it to boil, so I'm just gonna let it sit for a second. Now, my leaky gut's on this side. It's the lower right quadrant. The small intestine, you know, it goes all over, and then it comes down across here. The last 4 inches of the small intestine comes across, and that's why, you know, you see people with this layer of fat here. That's why you see girls who are like super skinny and they still have a little bit of a pouch, and that's inflammation of the small intestine. Who doesn't have inflammation in the small intestine? You'd be hard pressed to find somebody. Okay, but it ends up as a layer of fat around here, and I know I have it, which is why I'm doing what I can to heal it, and I'm pretty much almost there. You know, I'm about 80 or 90% of the way there, and what you'll see is over the next couple of months, this reduced to be pretty much nothing. No fat. And that's my goal, so then I can say, you know, I've healed myself, and then I can help other people heal. Because it's like, oh, if I say I'm healed, and then people say, well, you're not even healed yourself. Hey, Rick. Nice to see you, bro. I never know how to answer that question. How am I doing? I never know how to answer that, bro. But I'm glad to see you. Hey, Sarah. Look like 2 pepperoni slices? What, my nipples? That's why I covered them. Thanks. Oh my god, the internet is undefeated. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna have to take this off actually. I got distracted. Sarah! Get you for that. So, yeah, so my spot is here, and I have, because of that, I have IBS spots here and then here on this, on the colon side. God damn, thank you. You think? All right, now what is this, hair or a scratch? Oh, I think I got scratched over the weekend. Hold on a second. Is there a scratch on my back? I feel like it. You got me distracted now. Okay, so Steven's spot is back here. He said on the right side. So, nice. My bed's on the floor though, but maybe you are on my walls. So we're gonna put the castor back here. Okay, now stop distracting me, Sarah. Come on. Message me privately if you want to talk about being in my walls. Holy. So now, a castor pack. What actually is the pack? It's a cotton flannel. Okay, now this is already in a jar. The cotton flannel is already in a jar, and it's already been soaked in castor oil. Some people say you got to get the Jamaican black castor oil. You got to get it in a dark glass jar. You know, you could look that up. Look up castor oil. What's the best kind? Yada yada yada. This is, I don't know. This might be Jamaican black. I don't remember. Might be regular. Okay. But what you need is a piece of fabric that's going to go on your skin. It's soaked in the oil. And then you're going to take plastic wrap and wrap yourself with the oil. Wrap yourself with the plastic wrap so that the oil doesn't go all over your clothes. Okay? So I'm going to set up in advance. You got the saran wrap here. Okay. I'm going to grab a towel. Okay, now I got a towel to wrap myself. And then I'm going to put the hot water bottle, I'm going to put the towel between me and the hot water bottle so it doesn't burn my skin. Okay, another towel, you need another towel to go here so that if it does drip down, it won't get on my clothes. Okay, so now you're gonna let this, let me get some castor oil on the top too. Shoot. Yeah, it drips and it stains. So you got to be careful. All right, ready? All right, 4x4 inch. All right. I hope that was a good angle because I couldn't really see. Now this is going to go here. All right. Tuck that in. Now we're going to go over to the hot water bottle. How long do you leave it on? We're going to leave it on for 20 minutes, Ricky. And I'm going to stay on the stream for 20 minutes. So that keeps me honest. You don't have to fill it up all the way. Especially if you're going to be laying on it. Okay, gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. put this on the floor. See if I can. Okay. Okay. Oh, fuck. Hot. Ooh. There we go. Oh, something just cracked. My back. Okay, now this towel is pretty thick, but now I'm starting to feel the heat, so that's good. Okay, so now I'm feeling the heat of the hot water bottle, and what that's doing is opening up the pores of my skin and allowing the castor oil to, seep in. Now, I'm not a scientist. I just play one on TV. I'm actually more of a dumb jock, no offense, and a comic nerd, geek actually, comic geek. But not even. I didn't really read a lot of comics. Maybe cartoons and video games more. Anyway, what I heard is that the castor oil can seep 2 inches into the skin. So if you have an injury and it's deep, you might want to hit it from different angles. So after this side, do another castor pack on the actual side, on the right side, and then do another castor pack on the front. Hit it from every angle. I'm going to set my timer though, 20 minutes. Actually, it's been a few minutes. I'll do 18 minutes. Alright. If you look, well, first of all, if you want Jub's official program, I can email it to you. It's printable. It's a printable PDF, I think. It might just be JPEGs, but it's in the Life Food recipe book, and it's also in a printable pamphlet. It's only a few pages. It goes through the times, what to eat, when to eat, how to do the flush, yada yada. I could send that to you, or I could just walk you through it, to be honest. I don't have a lot of, excuse me, customers or clients or students, whatever you want to call them. If you want to do liver flushing, if you want to change your menu around to incorporate Life Food certified recipes, I'll consult you. I'll help you for free, I'm not like one of these online coaches that's going to send you a link for my $297 monthly course or whatever. I don't know. High ticket coaching. I'm getting all these emails and ads. You know what I'm talking about, maybe. Oh. Just think of me as your friend who will help you if you want. So, if you look at Jub's, what do you call it? Program, the official program, it might be an hour where it's 20 minutes to an hour. I know that for sure. I'm not sure what the actual pamphlet says, but 20 minutes to an hour is recommended to do a castor pack. At least 20 minutes. You can go all the way up to an hour. So, in the interest of saving time and stuff, I'll just do the 20 minutes for now. And like I said, if you want to get deep, you hit it from different angles. But on Jub's official program, you start on the liver and the gallbladder, and then you go, so that's the upper right quadrant. Then you go to the upper left quadrant, that's more stomach and pancreas. Then you go down, and we're doing it in a circle, which moves the energy and the material. Castor oil can help to essentially wash you clean. If you having trouble healing yourself naturally, I have a building where I want to turn it into a health center. So you'd come, to New York if you're not in New York already. I'll put you up in a room. You get all your food made. We make it together. Show you how to make it for you. Put you on the castor pack. Show you how to do it. Listen, I know it's difficult to do natural healing. It's like personal training. Some people can do it by themselves. Some people need a trainer. When I came up under David Jubb, PhD, he had a restaurant / outpatient clinic in New York City. I went there almost every day, pretty much every day, maybe once or twice a week I didn't go. So, I was younger, I was more motivated, and it was a great support system and community. So, with that, not being around anymore, we got to help each other. So, I'd like to be there for you, and if you are able to come stay with me, if you're coming from out of state, it would help me to build, the testimonial base of the facility, and just make it a center. But if not, if you can't make it, like I said, I could consult with you over the phone, over email, over text, over videos. I can make videos for you like this and send them over. This video is for Steven. And Steven and I met at the sauna the other night, and he's married, but he's kind of like a Buddhist monk. And he had been a monk. He had went monk mode for a while. But very amazing man that I met, and he helped me a lot, with my thinking. He said he had a back issue, and so I told him I would turn him onto the castor packs. And I did, in the beginning of this video, want to show how the back not healing could be a result that's connected to actually bile occlusion and intestinal inflammation. I see that Mary in the chat. I can't read from here, so let me just pull up the video, and then I'll just look at the chat on my phone here. So let me just mute that, or pause that, mute that. Okay. Hi. Castor oil compresses helped me with my lungs when I had pneumonia. Wow, that and aged half an hour, Rick. Put a hot water bottle over it. Yes, Mary, I'm actually laying on the hot water bottle. And I put the castor pack on my back. I guess you can't see it. You do a half hour? Nice. So, you put castor oil on your lungs? That's pretty cool. I probably need that. I'm just looking at myself on this video. I think I have gyno over here. The fuck? Is this my ribs or is this gyno? I had dairy growing up, so I might have gyno. I was raised on ovo-lacto vegetarian, including pasteurized, homogenized milk and cheese. So I wouldn't be surprised if I got some swollen lacteal ducts and tumors in there. We're gonna have a great testimonial, Rick. Hopefully. Warm castor oil, what the hell? Warm castor oil compress, then plastic bag, then hot water bottle, then lay in bed for half an hour. Never went to a doctor. Monica said drink aged, so I trusted her. Monica? Do I know her? I should put some castor oil everywhere. I got so many spots. One here, tumor in here, little smaller tumor in here. Definitely got something in my intestine down here. And then of course over here is highly inflamed. Monica should. Hold on, let me look her up. Is she a YouTuber? Or is she on Facebook? Monica should. Here we go. Oh, subscribe. How do I not subscribe to her yet? My experience with urine therapy. Urine fast, day 1, day 2, day 3. No videos though. The last video was a year ago. Come on, Monica. How to prepare super potentized plasma. Oh, okay. I'm gonna watch that one. How to prepare urine bath. Oh, wow. Yo, that's good stuff, Mary. Thank you. Let me, before I lose it, let me put her, I'm gonna put her on my watch list. And then come back to the chat here. YouTube videos, yeah. Uh, I'm just looking at myself on the video here. I really got a ways to go. But the good thing is, I think if I do reduce this last little bit of inflammation and continue to train, I'll be pretty ripped and muscular. Not big muscles, but you know, they'll pop, I think. Or at least I'll perform better. Wiley Schmidt? Alright. Um, Wiley Schmidt. Wow, he came right up. Oh my god, what? Is this the right guy? Urine therapy, yeah, wow. Huh. Subscription added. Song of Kali. Urine therapy and literature. Are you sure this is... I don't know if this is the right guy. Is it Riff Tracks? A picture, it looks like a picture of a fat Bart Simpson. Oh yeah, fasting and food addiction, urine therapy. Okay, wow, he's very diverse in his interests in his production. Okay, thank you, Mary. Interesting. I'm gonna... Oh my god. My whole back needs to be castored up. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna pee, and I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna stay on the stream. I got 3 minutes left for 20 minutes. When this alarm rings, I'm going to, like I said, go pee, and then set up the next caster pack. I didn't stream this weekend really, so I'll stay on, build up some view hours. If anybody wants to talk about anything, you know, I don't really have much going on right now. I'm just doing schoolwork, which was due yesterday night. This morning I finished my schoolwork that was due last Thursday. And I'm at least a week behind on my book editing. Pretty sad. My poor study habits followed me from high school to 44 years of age this year. And why does one side of my head feel thinner than the other? My right side feels thinner than my left side. Oh, I know why. Because my right side is where all the inflammation is, or most of it. It's so interesting, like the way that the body has two sides, and the heart's on one side and the liver's on the other side. It's like how energy flows and stuff. I don't know. But I guess I ran out of things to say, so I'm just gonna relax. I think also what I'll do is look up, there's an AI program that edits videos for you basically, so I'll tell the AI to make a shorter version of this extended stream. Maybe, right? Maybe that would be cool if it works out. Oh, it's rug is making my back itch though. On top of my dry skin. Let's check the chat. Thank you so much, Mary. Yeah, I'm still looking at myself. If I reduce this gut, I think I got a decent frame to build on. My muscles aren't big though. That's the thing. I am a skinny vegan, but I chose to stay in martial arts, and I think size isn't as important in fighting as it is in other things. Like if I could just be not bulky but still ripped and muscular, so I have my muscles and they can perform and they're not covered in fat, then I'll be decent. You know, I'm in a niche. I'm not like everybody else. Alright, so that's that. I am gonna stay on stream like I said, but I'm gonna pee and I'm gonna adjust the castor pack. Dr. Klinghart has brain hemisphere syncing video exercise. Okay, I'll do that too. Hold on, let me fix this here. Okay, so if you're doing a castor pack at home and you're gonna adjust it, just take my recommendation of wiping down. Unless you have clothes that you don't mind being stained with castor oil. It's not a color, you know, it's just a dark area, but it will be there forever. If you're really eco-friendly, maybe even recycle the plastic wrap. I'm not, but okay. Okay, so thing is dry now. All the oil went somewhere. Did it go on my pants? I don't know. So I'm gonna put the aged scrubbing builds muscles. Thank you, Mary. You are the best. So I'm not gonna fold this all the way. I'm gonna try to keep it hollow in the middle so the whole thing gets soaked and not just the outside. I definitely have enough oil in there, but I did lose some on this last batch, so I'm gonna turn it upside down. I'll leave it right here. And before I put the next castor pack on, I am going to, like I said, wipe down. As you can see, I ruined my mom's towel. There you go. I'm also gonna put more water into the hot water bottle. Feeds and detoxifying via the skin. Amazing. Thank you so much. So I'm gonna have to start saving my urine. Key. I'll be right back. Just gonna go pee. Sheesh. My skin is so dry, Mary. I really need to do that scrubbing. Just rub neat shampoo into the oil stain. Oh, really? You can get rid of that? Okay. I hope so. Let me see. Is my pants stained? I can't see, the chat box in the way. All right, I'll check later. Okay, so let's get this going here. So, oh, now I'm actually going to lay on my side because I'm going to do the castor pack on the side now, and then I'm going to do one more in the front. So my back, I have a spot that was injured in wrestling. Something popped in my back, and now it's like so tight all along the spine. I'm touching the front, but it's on the inside. So it's in the back, but it's like this deep, the spine, you know? So, oh, see, that cracks right there. Oh. I know it's all connected into the liver here and into the psoas and the ileocecal valve. See, all this is stopping me from being as healthy as I can. But look, if I get rid of this, I'll have a V taper. Skinny vegan. But I can fight though. That castor oil, olive oil applied after the shower is very moisturizing. Yeah. I think it's from rolling around on the mats with all the detergents. All of the chemicals that they use to clean the mats over the years. It really just destroyed my skin. Like, my whole body is dried skin, and it's probably from rolling around on bleach and all these toxic detergents that they use to kill germs. If you look at the bottle, you know, it says don't get it in your eyes. If you swallow it, go to the hospital. I mean, I'm literally bathing in it every day, you know? So look up reflexology to see where to massage the feet for access to muscles on the inside side of the vertebrae. Okay. Am I a savage, Londos? Is that a rhetorical question? You know I am. Well, I gotta plug in this spare battery here so we don't die. Okay. Plug this one in. Alright. So let's go like this. All right, in the distance here, you're gonna see me put this water back in the hot water maker, which I'm gonna have to empty out the hot water maker because, you know, now I can't drink out of it. But I'm just saving water. Still steam coming off it. This hot water bottle really keeps the heat in. I probably could have used it again, but I'm just going to bring it up again to the boiling heat and do some more saran wrap. Start scrubbing with fresh while you're saving it. Okay. Londos, we're gonna have Doyle again on Friday. See, it's easy for you to say from where you are. I gotta, arrange things to make it happen. I've got other stuff to do. I'm already taking off from the gym tonight to catch up on my schoolwork. So what I'm doing here is a treatment called castor pack, and it's to heal a back injury. I met a Buddhist monk at the sauna the other day, and he could have been a Mason like you, or he could have been from the government, the sector of the government that's training me to be who I'm supposed to be and heal myself first so that I can help other people heal. So him saying that he had a back injury and then me being triggered like a Manchurian candidate to tell him about castor packs and then thinking to make a video about it is making me to do this same treatment on myself. Alright? So thank you for that, if you really did send it. Great job. Alright, so we got a cotton flannel soaked in castor oil. I'm going to put that on the side of the body. I'm actually going to pour a little bit extra because it didn't look completely soaked like I wanted it to. Okay, and now I'm going to wrap the saran wrap over it. Okay. Okay, just in time the hot water's done. Ooh, damn. I got some boiling water on my fingertip. Ow. Okay, now I'm not filling this all the way up because I want the bottle to be kind of flexible, not bulbous. All right. Now we'll go over to the floor here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go get a pillow. 2 pillows, one for my head, one for my knees. Bro. Alright, I'm gonna lay on this towel. Okay. I'm gonna put this over here. And put this in between my knees. And put this on the towel so that the heat goes onto the castor pack. Let's see how that works. Now I'll check the chat. You're not doing what I think you are doing. What do you think I'm doing? A coffee enema? No, I'm not doing a coffee enema. Not today. This weekend I'll do one, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna prepare all week. Oh shit, let me set the timer. 20 minutes. 19 minutes. If I fall asleep, the alarm will wake me up. Something wrong with me. Tell the coffee story. What's the coffee story? The one when the website falsely reported that I got busted for performance enhancing drug use because I did a coffee on them to lose weight for a fight? I think that was an April Fool's joke that they tried to play on me. Sarah, I wipe my face with rose water and then apply a thick layer of castor oil before bed. Leave it 15 minutes, then wipe it off. It's anti-wrinkle. Ooh. Wait, did Sarah say something about? Oh, okay. It's not an entertaining stream, Londos. If you came to this channel for entertainment, I'm sorry to tell you. I'm boring. Eat, sleep, and train. The music's not good. Barely eat. This is a form of rest. Cutting weight was my problem. You couldn't cut weight, bro? I could see that. Couldn't cut weight to save your life. Still can't. I'm gonna put the phone down for a sec. Yeah.
Yeah, just checking to see if they're alive. All right, later.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm alive. I'm just laying here. It's 20 minutes. 20 minutes with the castor pack and the hot water bottle. It's on my. I did it on the right side of my back. Now it's directly on the right side. I'm gonna do one more 20-minute session on the front, the right side front, and then I'm gonna end the stream and have lunch. Tell a funny story? Oh man. You want me to tell you about my girlfriend pinning my arms down and turning me into a shell of my former self this weekend? Oh my god. Yesterday was so bad that I have to have a conversation with her and explain that if we're going to stay together, we can't not we can't be intimate in that way unless she's restrained. She literally has to be tied down if we're going to have an intimate relationship moving forward. Because I can't trust myself to give her the power. I can't trust her because I'm telling her, no, stop, or slow down. She's like, I can't. She can't slow down, and I can't stop her in time. It's like I'm taking Yohimbe, Tribulus, and now Rhodialis as a stack for training. And then on Saturday, I took that before we hung out, me and her, as a performance enhancer. And it was still walking on a razor's edge all Saturday night. I mean, the session lasted for hours. And there were many times I had to stop and pull out and count to 10 Mississippi. But there were several times, at least two that I could think of right now, when I thought I was going to go over the edge. And I don't want to tell you how bad I feel when I do that, meaning when I go too far. I normally practice semen retention, and for me it's a health issue, it's a mental health issue, and it's a matter of life and death. So without me saying how bad I feel, the thoughts that I have when I do go too far, I'll just say that it is a matter of life and death. And so I have to have a conversation with her moving forward if we're going to stay together, that she has to be restrained. She has to be physically restrained. And there's only certain positions that we can do from now on. I can't put my life at risk for that, for that. You understand what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I think some girls are into BDSM, so maybe it would be a good thing for our relationship. But, kind of like 50 Shades of Grey type stuff. Girls are into that, right? But look, I stained my pants. That's castor oil. Everything happens for a reason, right? Today I'm feeling a little better, so I can talk about it. But yesterday I was basically dead to the world and almost dead in real life. So what I'll do now take this off. Okay, I'm gonna put it back in the oil. Wipe down. Okay. That was the fabric dried up? That one, it wasn't as dried up. No, the fabric was, yeah, but it looked like a lot of oil had actually dripped down my body. But I think it was because of the angle I was at. A lot of it was dripping. It definitely felt, relaxing. So I know that that's like an indication that it's working. All right, because of what happened over the weekend, I depleted myself, and so I'm gonna eat, because it's kind of like crawling up from the depths. It's really just an excuse. I don't need to eat, and I know I would definitely be better off without it. But it is what it is. I'm not going to feel too guilty about it. I'm going to have dino buns. I'm going to have coleslaw. And then I'm going to start fasting again. Ah! That one cracked. That's okay. Dino buns and coleslaw for lunch. If I do have dinner, I'll have coleslaw. And then I have three mason jars left of the giant batch of coleslaw that I made. There's 3 right here. 1 full, 2 full. This one has a habanero in it, so I'm gonna mix at least one of those with that because it's actually too hot. The habanero is actually too freaking hot, believe it or not. Dino buns in the house, Rick. Could be worse. I would like to have actually dino tracks. Those are the best because they're dehydrated and not baked, so they're healthier. But it's okay. It's not gonna kill me. With coleslaw, yeah. I'm not an MD, but don't you need to eat to survive? People can do extended fasting, Londos, especially if they have extra fat. And I did 5 days, about 3-4 weeks. I don't remember how long ago. I did 5 days, so I know I can do it. Do I have to pee again? I think I might have to pee again. Hold on. Also, I'm gonna flip this over, the castor oil, and let it seep down and soak that pack up. This is gonna be the last one. You know, I don't want to sound like a negative Nelly, but it's just frustrating that I'm like a pig in shit right now. Meaning, I'm not getting anything done. I'm doing my schoolwork, but I'm not getting any closer to getting my kids back. And that's my major driving force in life. And when I say getting my kids back, at this point it's impossible. But to be getting into a financial situation where, you know, I can be there for them. Rather than having to go to the gym, make no money, live under my dad's roof, have no car. They're being raised by somebody else and they're going to leave for college. And then the last 15, 20 years was a waste. My whole life a waste of time. I'm still recovering from what I did this weekend with my girlfriend, so everything's gonna be kind of tainted negative, more so than normal. But I'm a pig in shit today. I'm not going to the gym. I'm eating. I am doing my schoolwork, but I don't want to be a mental health coach as a job. You know, I want to build Master Lukey brand. Could I do both? Yes. Maybe I'll end up doing both. But to me, it's kind of like more of a fallback, and I'm doing it just to keep my dad off my back. So anyway, I'm a pig in shit today because I'm eating when I should be fasting, and I'm just enjoying like the physical stimulation of the sex over the weekend, the laying around doing fuck all today, like yesterday and today, just watching social media bullshit and whatever. I just I'm enjoying it, but I really shouldn't. It's kind of like guilty. I feel guilty. Do something about it. Okay, easy for you to say, Londos. You're not an entrepreneur. You sold drugs, bro. You sold drugs to support your family. Am I not accurate? That's what you told me. You were a pharmaceutical rep. I'm not gonna do that. No offense. But I'm doing the best I can, man. My next, what do you call it? Task, or my next objective in my mission is finishing this book. I'm writing a book. It's called Master Lukey, but it's half MMA and half nutrition. And then I'm gonna get a van. I'm gonna go on tour. on a book tour slash MMA tour. That's all I got so far. You got ideas? I'm sure you do, and I'm sure you'd love to tell me about them and criticize me for not listening to you. So have at it. Have at it, Londos. Do your worst. Okay, now we got the castor pack in the front. This is right on top of the liver and gallbladder. And I'll just pour a tiny bit more. It's really supposed to be dripping, is how people have told me to do it. Really saturate the area, because whatever you don't absorb, it will be, will sit there. So whatever you got in, got in. Alright, let's turn this around. Get castor oil on my camera stand. Yeah, buddy. Okay, towel down. Okay. Okay, feet up. Hot water bottle. Oh yeah. Come on down. Okay, let's try to get everything in the angle here. Alright, I see you in the chat. I'm going to use my phone to read it because I can't see that far. Actually, get this too. Okay. No offense, Londos. I know you did what you could to support your family, and it's more than I did. I probably should have sold drugs. What's more important? You don't listen to anyone ever except for the voices in your head. Yeah, I've been criticized for having too much internal reference and not enough external reference. People are supposed to be balanced. You're supposed to have equal, maybe a little more internal reference. Don't just listen to everything everybody else says, but consider it. Listen, I would consider anything. It doesn't have to come from you, Lundos. It could come from a bum in the street. Obviously you're not a bum in the street. You're established. You're a Grandmaster Mason with $1 million home and kids that went to college, who have their own place. By modern standards, you're successful, and you have a black belt in Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. You're ex-military, I know once a Marine, always a Marine. You're a military. And you deserve respect. So I'm not trying to compare you to a bum in the street. Great Lundos. What I'm saying is, I would consider any advice based on the validity and the worthiness of the advice itself. The advice as a standalone. It doesn't matter where it came from. That being said, I can also reject the advice on those same merits. I don't have to do what you say just because it's coming from you. So, my the path that I've carved in the world by my own design, for better or worse, and you know, going out on my shield, so to speak. However, I know that you see the worthiness of my mission to institute safer sporting regulations, and I know that for sure. You know, you have a martial arts instructor who suffered from mental health issues because of brain damage, and so I know you want to help me, and I do appreciate that. I appreciate the spirit of camaraderie and being on a similar, having a similar goal, you know. So I never said I wouldn't. I never told you to shut up. I never said don't even bother. All I said was the best I could do is take it into consideration, and that's all I can do. Okay? I'll take into consideration anything. So far, all I can think of that she told me to do is build a mailing list. And you're probably gonna criticize me on this, but the reason why I haven't done the mailing list is because of social media. I think a mailing list is actually 5 years outdated, to be honest. Maybe I'm wrong. I think the modern mailing list is the friends list on Instagram, is the subscribers list on YouTube and TikTok and all the other social media platforms. I am on several mailing lists, but the reason why is because I signed up for them through offers on social media. Whether it's an ad before the YouTube video on my recommendations list, I click on it. Here, I'll show you, watch. You tell me to shut up all the time. Okay. You want me to say that, don't you? So, here, I'll just show you. On my homepage, right? Marriage Mastery. One is wrong. Jordan Peterson versus David Goggins. This guy's marriage mastery, okay? So if I click on him, if I click on this video, an ad's gonna come up. Actually, no, it went right to the video. Okay, marriage mastery. He's actually really good. I like him. Let's see. Women are disgusted by insecurity. That's another video. You will lose her attraction if you do this. / feminine men. Alright, I click on that. Here, an ad comes up. It's an ad for Living Good Daily Book. And you click on that, and it sends you to a place where you can actually get a free book, which I did. I actually got this book. All you got to do is pay for shipping. Now I'm on the Living Good mailing list. So instead of building an email list like what you told me to do, my best course of action, in my opinion, is getting more followers on social media. Then I could put my offer up there. Here's another one. 10x earning semi-passive income. That's because like I signed up for a bunch of entrepreneur, what do you call it? Training videos. Not for mail, for connecting. 500,000. 500,000 what? What do you mean by that? Do something. I'm not doing something, bro. I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm on this castor pack for another 12 minutes. Then I'm gonna eat lunch. Smells good in here. I got some dino buns cooking. Yeah, so you gonna be around Thursday? Alright, I'll be around. Please look for the monitor. Yeah, I'm really sorry, man. I'm almost 100% sure it's gone. Almost 100%, bro. There's nowhere where it would be. When I moved up, it didn't make the move from downstairs to the upstairs. Sorry about that. You gave it to me, so I don't feel guilty that it didn't make the move. You gave it to me. You didn't say hold on to it. You said you can have it, so. I'm sorry, but I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just sorry you don't have a monitor anymore. Get a new monitor, man. That one you gave me was outdated. Get a digital one. You'll thank me. Oh, we got 7.5 minutes. 7.5 minutes. Alright, I want to watch this video. You will lose her attraction if you do this.
Remember that. Like, you ever feel that awkwardness where you're just focusing on you? You're minding your business. You're literally just looking straight ahead. And girl is just trying to get your attention. And her boyfriend's right there. It's kind of like an awkward situation she puts you in. Like, you didn't ask for this, but that's just the perks of being a king. That's just the perks of being a man on the grind. When you focus on you, women flock to you. The thing is, guys, girls don't go for guys.
Marab got the dub. Yo.
What do I mean by this? Guys,
To be honest, Rick, I was preoccupied during the fight with my girlfriend. It was nonstop from the moment she walked in until pretty much the end of the night. I think we got started before the main card. It was probably about 9 o'clock. I think she came over at 8. She came over at 8, and I remember falling asleep together, and then waking back up to shut everything off, and it was like 2 a.m. I was definitely enhanced from the Tribulus and the Yohimbe, and you know, she was ravaged. But the next morning, when we woke up together, is when I had the accident, and that was because we started back up again, and I didn't have the Tribulus and the Yohimbe flowing through my veins, and I didn't have the ability. I would say it's a combination of muscular strength and mental awareness or fortitude that enables me to have sex for long and intense periods of time and still retain my semen. And this, we've been together a long time, and this has happened more than once where I'm good all night, but then we wake up in the morning and go back at it, and then that's when I you know, fuck up. But how could you not be happy for Marab? That guy seems like such a cool, such a genuinely happy. I mean, it's surprising that somebody. I mean, compare him with Ilya Tapuria. Tapuria, he seems like he's just like head down, grinder, and kind of like serious, like almost too serious. You know? All those years in horse stands. Cejudo, was it a good fight? Yo, you know what's crazy? The highlights of the fight is Marab out grappling him. Like, you would think that the Olympic wrestler would win the wrestling, and yet he lost the wrestling. And that, I guess, just goes to show how the martial arts is fluid, and one thing influences another thing. And because Marab's striking was better, I guess, I didn't see the fight again, so you know, you know better than me, but because Marab's striking was better, it made his wrestling better, you know. And maybe it's not a good thing for Cejudo to be so good at wrestling, because all those years training wrestling, it made, you know, his other areas not as good, like his striking. I'm sure there's many ways to explain what happened, but when you say did you see Longo, I did see him in the corner, and of course I'm happy for him. You know, Longo, he's like my dad. I probably have like three dads: my real dad, Longo, and Dr. Jubb. Although I don't talk to Longo anymore. You know, from when I was 19 to when I was 29. You know, I saw him pretty much every day, multiple hours, through some intense traumatic experiences, and that is a way that people become, you know, forever linked and bound. It's like it's like a brainwashing tactic. Remember in the movie Speed? You ever see the movie Speed with Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves? Something about at the end he goes, "Oh, you know, relationships that are based on traumatic experiences, they never last." Something, and she goes, "Oh, we'll just have to base it on sex." Something like that. But you know, it's like you go through something with somebody, and they just forever have a place in your heart and your mind. But yeah, I'm happy for Ray because also he's a great guy. You know, the way that he gives of himself to his fighters. You know, he goes in on Sunday nights. He's not getting paid for that. And maybe Marab is paying him, although I don't know the details of their contract. If there is a contract, yada yada yada. But you know, Ray's a genuine guy. I did see Mark Zuckerberg in the corner of Volkanovski, which makes him a jinx, I guess, from now on. But also, Marab said something at the end of the first round. He had a face lock or a front headlock or a guillotine. I'm not sure the name of it. 10-figure guillotine on Cejudo. What a way to end that round. And he's looking at what did Marab say to Mark Zuckerberg at the end of the round? Not Mariah, Marab. Here we go. I'll get up after this for lunch. Sheesh. Freaking website takes a while to load.
The machine lives up to the name once again, extending his win streak to 9, tying his good friend and teammate Aljamain Sterling for the most in bantamweight history. It's title or bust now,
Wow.
right?
Yes, sir. It's only one less for me.
How did you feel in there against Henry? The first round, it seemed like it took you a little bit of time to get his rhythm. Second and third round, you really picked up the pace.
Yeah, I was very comfortable because I put so much hard work in all my life. And of course, this training camp, I had so much time to watch training. And I was very comfortable. Yeah, he did tag me. And I was just fighting. I just have so much fun there. And then the more rounds goes, you guys see that I'm more better in later rounds. And I was hoping that it was 5-round fights.
What does it mean to you to show off your wrestling against a guy with those kind of wrestling credentials?
Of course, I feel good. You know, I'm a completely fighter. You know, I don't care wrestling. People know me as a good wrestler, but I don't care. I'm a fighter. I'm a UFC fighter. That's what I'm proud of. You know, that's all. Yeah, I'm a fighter.
You were talking to Mark Zuckerberg during the fight. What were you saying to him?
Hey, I said like I was talking to you because because he told me one time, he called me like time, he said 1 minute left or 30 minutes left, 30 seconds left, I think. And I was have a conversation. I don't really remember conversation, and I had so much fun, and I was like I was smiling to him. He was so excited, And I knew he was coming because I've been friends with him in the social media, and then he did text me that he will be there, but don't tell no one. And then he's a cool guy, and then just yeah. And I had so much fun there.
Well, you know the answer to that. Did he text you that he's going to be fighting at UFC 300? Is that what's happening? We got Mark Zuckerberg putting on the gloves?
I don't know this much details. I'm not even asking, if he's fighting, he will tell us, I think, Even if I know he's my friend, I'm not going to tell you, bro.
Well, you're a vault, and I appreciate that, Rob. So it's part of your success.
A vault.
You say you have a lot of fun in there when you're doing this. Is that really what's instrumental to your success?
Yeah, it's like I'm not stressed. I work hard, and then I see everything now. Before I was make myself, hey, let's go. You gotta fight war and go, like be ready for die. No, I work hard. I see everything. Doesn't matter. I work good guys. I don't have to stress anything. Just go and have fun. Know what is fun? Because when you're done, when you drive 100 times, 101 times is nothing to drive. You know what I'm saying? Things like this.
It's all about the rhythm. Rob, very happy for you representing Georgia and representing Mexico tonight. Congratulations on the big win.
Thank you, my bro. We want Mexico. Let's go. Now, I don't wanna make fun of Henry, but he should represent Mexico. He's a Mexican, but it's okay. I hope he will land. And next time, whatever sports he will continue, he will represent Mexico. I hope. I don't know. It's the decision, but yeah, Mexican people I respect, and we want Mexico.
You're looking at the number one contender, Rob Dwalishvili.
Thank you, sir.
Who's the champ? Is that Sugar Shane? Yeah, he beat Sugar Shane. If he doesn't, Henry did clock him though. What do you think? What do you think, Marab versus Sugar Shane? It's a tough one. Okay. Put my shirt back on. Okay. Wait, what are you saying? Tough what? What's tough, Ricky? What's tough got to do? I'm just plugging in my spare battery here. Oh, Sugar Shane, yeah. That's a tough one. Because Marab, he's not a pure wrestler. I think Cejudo actually would have had a better time with Sugar Shane. Because he probably would push the wrestling more. Marab's so crazy, he probably will strike with him. But, you know, Sugar Shane, he's not like a one punch hitter quitter all the time. He does have that power, but not everybody that he touches goes out. You know? Maybe Rob, especially if he makes it later in the fight, maybe he will be able to withstand those hits. Because Cejudo has dropped people, right? I'm gonna wipe this down because it's got oil on it. Okay, then I'm gonna put it in a plastic bag. Little Ziploc bag. Sean versus Marab, yeah. But then, you know, Sean's not even guaranteed to get that fight, right? Isn't he fighting the guy who beat him last time? Cheetos. Might be Marab versus Cheeto. I think that might even actually be a harder fight. Who's better, Cheeto or who do you think's gonna win that one? If I had to bet money, I would bet on Cheeto. Versus Sugar Shane. That's what I mean. I'm not betting against Marab. If I had to bet money, I would bet on Marab, even if I didn't think he was going to win. Just because I'm loyal like that. And when I say loyal, I mean we're from the same team. He's a Longo guy. I don't know though. What do you think? Because you know he came to Team Longo after Ray got famous. I didn't come to Team Longo because Ray was a famous coach. I didn't come to Team Longo because, you know, he's the best coach in the land. I came to Team Longo because I'm local. I found Ray when I was driving a cab. When I passed by and I saw a sign that said Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do kickboxing. So, I'm not hating on Marab. And I don't think I'm calling him a front runner either. But he definitely went to Longo after Gray was a famous UFC coach. And I guess you can't blame him, right? Merab's loyalty should be with Merab. Right? Now for the mukbang portion of this broadcast. When I pig out. Dino buns and coleslaw.
And girl is just trying to get your attention. And her boyfriend's right there. It's kind of like an awkward situation she puts you in. Like, you didn't ask for this, but that's just the perks of being a king. That's just the perks of being a man on the grind. When you focus on you, women flock to you. The thing is, guys, girls don't go for guys who are emotional. What do I mean by this? Guys, the worst thing you can literally do with your girlfriend or a girl you're dating is get jealous. Never get jealous. Once you get jealous, guys, what this does to a girl's mind is she's thinking, damn, he's pedestalizing me. I don't like that. No girl, no matter how much they say it, wants to get pedestalized from a guy that they like. Okay, because understand, women will take compliments, attention, all that good stuff. They love it. They eat it up from all these simps. But who she really wants is she wants the attention of you. But you don't give it up easily, right? The roles get flipped. Most of the time, girls are chasing down guys. Guys are chasing down girls, but now they're chasing you down because you don't focus on them. You could care less. Okay, we've all done it. We've all been jealous here and there, in our lives. Maybe you've shown it. Maybe you get jealous because you see a girl who you're attracted to, who you're interested to. She's giving attention to another guy. Guys, that's literally female nature right there. If you do this, that's just feminine nature. To get jealous, we don't do that on this side, guys. We don't get jealous. Okay, if you still get jealous, here's the best thing you can do to end all that. Literally, guys, you gotta wake up and just focus on you. Focus on your mission. No one's gonna wake up and do things for you. No one's gonna be you, guys. So you have to have the mindset where I just gotta become the best of me. The cards I'm dealt with in life, I just gotta make do with them, and I gotta make the best of them. This is possible, guys. But if you get jealous, you will lose. Okay? Every girl is gonna test you. When you date a girl, whatever, she's gonna test you. She's gonna see eventually if you're a jealous kind of guy. You can't show her that you're phased. Because if you show her that you're phased, guys, it shows that you're emotional. You can't keep control of your feelings. And as men, we have to. You have to, guys. That's not said a lot nowadays, but you have to control your emotions. Most people will say, oh, be emotional, let out your feelings, speak how you feel. No. No matter as much as a woman says to you, oh, just be emotional with me, open up to me, I want you to be an open book. She hates it. She doesn't want that. No woman in your life wants it. Not the girl you're dating, not your mother, not your sister, not your auntie, nobody. They don't want to hear that. Because women are emotional. They have their own problems. They will never understand what you're going through, guys. So don't ever open up to girls, okay? If you have to open up to somebody, I would suggest you open up to a close brother. Someone who understands the road, the hardships of being a man. Okay? Guys, you shouldn't even be jealous at all of any guy. Okay? Even, let's say, if you're not the tallest or you're not the most handsome kind of guy, that's okay. You can make looks are your looks. The position of life you're in right now, financially, maybe you were born into poverty, or you were born with the best handle. Let's put it at that. Guys, don't be jealous of what the next guy got going on. You gotta focus on what you're doing, man. Okay, that's his journey. Maybe he does have it easier than you. Okay, that's his journey. It ain't ever gonna be yours. So why even worry about it? Why worry about something that doesn't even matter to you? Okay, and one thing I do notice is men get jealous of other guys because they attract other girls. Okay, I noticed that, personally speaking for me, I don't want to toot my horn, guys. I hate sounding like this, but I'll be honest with you. I'm pretty clear and concise on my YouTube channel. I do attract a good amount of women. Not every girl, obviously not every girl's gonna like me, but I say about, I attract a good 85% of the female population.
Yeah.
Like that's just who I am. And the reason I really think that, guys, is I don't care about what anyone else got going on. I care about me. Most people are concerned with what you're doing. A lot of people are actually concerned with what you're doing. I think it's weird nowadays. But you ever just notice when people just eyeball you down and just give you hateful looks? People act strange towards you. They don't like talking to you. And you're just like you're just actually a genuine good guy. Like you bring up good conversations. You're funny. You're an open guy. You want to see people win, but people just still won't like you. F all of them, man. This is why you need to focus on you.
Feeds on insecurity.
Who cares? Who cares about what they got going on?
Move on.
Being jealous is the worst thing you're gonna do in your life, guys. All it does is bring you stress, and that's just gonna age you at a more rapid rate.
Welcome to the Live Forever podcast. And I heard that there's a food that you find very unique to increase our lifespan. Tell us about that.
McDonald's French fries.
But I've always heard French fries are bad.
Oh, but that's because you just don't understand about chemistry enough. All
Tell
right?
me.
McDonald's French fries are rich in an ingredient called TBHQ, which activates the NRF2 pathway, and that is involved in turning on genes that are involved in detoxification and eliminating reactive oxygen species, and it's been shown to increase autophagy, decrease fat. It also activates ACOX-1, which is the rate-limiting enzyme in fat oxidation, and it's been shown to extend lifespan and reduce the incidence of cancer.
Wow. So this whole time I've been avoiding French fries.
Now, what actually happened, by the way, all that stuff, I'll send you the
That's
citation.
true, so
That's
that's
all
real.
true. What I didn't tell you was the dosage you would need, you'd never get from eating French fries. And these were all done in rodent studies. Okay, so you can activate a pathway, big deal.
Welcome to the Live Forever podcast. And I
Got
heard
'em.
that there's a food that you find very...
It gives you cortisol.
Malia is a Muay Thai fighter and she has been training for almost 3 years. However, after her first fight 2 months ago, she has had intense pain throughout the neck and shoulder, which has been getting worse with subsequent sparring and training, especially during clinching. The only relief Malia has gotten is through sports massages and some physical therapy. However, her cycle of inflammation and pain has not gone away and only seems to be getting worse. During the initial assessment, we found that the muscles in the back of her neck were tender to touch, particularly in cervical flexion positions. Also, Amelia's neck extension and rotation strength was extremely weak, especially during the end range of neck flexion. This is a major problem because in order to maintain and get out of a clinch, it requires a ton of end range neck extension strength. But she's already feeling pain even with just a few pounds of downward pressure. So instead of mindlessly giving her neck stretches and generic strengthening exercises, we focus on finding the root cause of her problems and reverse it with deliberate hands-on techniques and specific exercise progressions. Malia is a Muay Thai fighter and she has been training for almost 3 years. However, after her first fight 2 months ago, she has had intense pain throughout the neck and shoulder, which has been getting worse with subsequent sparring and training, especially during clinching. The only relief Malia has gotten is through sports massages and some physical therapy. However, her cycle of inflammation and pain has not gone away and only seems
Master
to be
Yoshi.
getting worse. During the initial assessment, we found that the muscles in the back of her neck were tender to touch, particularly in cervical flexion positions. Also, Amelia's neck extension and rotation strength was extremely weak, especially during the end range of neck flexion. This is a major problem because in order
Yeah, I'm
to
sure
maintain
getting
and
punched in the
get out
neck
of a
is
clinch,
not. Punched in the head is not good for your neck.
No one likes to hate them.
You know? Alright. This is the habanero coleslaw. So I'm gonna start with that much. And then I'm gonna add
Emily is a Muay Thai fighter and she has
regular coleslaw to cut it. This stuff is making me sweat. Not yet, but I'm sure it will. It has every time I've eaten it so far. I think I need a knife. Alright. 8 Buddhist lessons men learn. You couldn't eat the habanero tracks without avocado. Yeah, buddy. Crazy, huh? What do you think? Whoa. 7 reasons walking is king for losing fat. You know what? I'm gonna go for a walk outside after I eat, so I'm gonna listen to this.
Can you help us? We need to drive away.
$250 deposit reference. The Second American Civil War is going to make the Israel-Hamas conflict look.
I've got Grego Gallagher here, also known as Kino Body. We have both been fans of walking at minimum 10,000 steps per day, and I wanted to kind of go back and forth and share some just different benefits from 2 different sort of perspectives, yours and mine, in terms of the benefits of simply walking for fat loss. So I'll kind of kick it off with you, because you take a very realistic, sort of holistic approach to this, where sometimes I'm a little bit more granular and scientific and boring, whereas yours is like pragmatic. But first, I put a link down below for a place that you can get urolithin A through a company called Timeline Nutrition. They have a patented technology called MitoPure, which uses urolithin A in a form that all people can utilize, not just the 30 to 40% that can extract it from pomegranates. Certainly eat pomegranates, you can get the benefit there, but not like you can in a concentrated form. So that link down below, if you use code Thomas10, gets you 10% off. Really interesting. I've talked about it quite a bit with Dr. Gabrielle Lyon, who a lot of people know. Very fascinating stuff. They have it in either a protein powder form, which I recommend, but as you get older, it becomes even more.
Nutrition has to be dialed. You cannot out-exercise it
as well.
Right, yep, so here's what I'll say. 1, if you want to get lean, nutrition has to be dialed. You cannot out-exercise a bad diet. Now, once you have nutrition dialed, walking can literally turn you into a fat-burning machine. If you can just start walking more, you will get lean a lot faster. In fact, walking burns a moderate amount of calories. You're not going to burn as much as running, but it doesn't increase your hunger. It doesn't deplete your recovery abilities. And so if you can just train yourself and just learn to just walk daily, you know, I actually recommend 10,000 steps is a good starting point. 12,000 is really good, and 14 is, I find, when you really become that fat burning machine and just the fat melts off, as long as you have your nutrition dialed. And the cool thing with walking is, people think, oh, I gotta get 10,000 steps a day, it's gonna take all this time, 12,000. You can make walking very, very functional. You can either walk with a friend, so get that social benefit. You can take a work call, business call on the phone. Sometimes, just to get in the winter in Canada, just to get my steps in, I'll call someone on my team or I'll call a friend and I'll just walk in circles in my kitchen just to kind of finish off my steps. So walking can be very, very beneficial. You can also walk and learn. You can listen to an audiobook. You can listen to a podcast. You can be listening to us talking right now and walking. And so you almost want to program in. This is the most effortless way to induce fat loss. You want to program walking into your day so that you get 10 to 14,000 steps automatic, effortless. When you're traveling, it's amazing to walk and explore a new city. So I often, when I travel, sometimes I'll even lose weight because I'll even do more steps because I'm exploring a really, really cool city. I'm walking with a friend. And I'll even push the envelope even higher to like 16 to 18,000 steps a day. But crazy enough, our hunter-gatherer ancestors, on average, walked 16 to 17,000 steps a day. They were walking machines. And so the average American they're not getting 10,000, they're getting like 5,000 steps a day. And so when you can increase that and get up to the 10 to 14,000 sweet spot, it's so much easier to lean down. I have all of the people that do my programs. I push, get in the short fast every day, getting the correct amount of nutrition, hitting your 3 key lifts. And then the fourth one is a walk. Walk. And it makes a powerful difference. And I've tested it where I've gotten lean. I've walked more, I've walked less, and it makes such a important improvement. But that's not really it. Walking, like, if you kind of track your mood, you actually feel so much better when you get outside and you get the steps in. When you get outside, you get like 12,000 steps a day, and you're outside, you're walking, you get sunlight, your mood is boosted. So the big challenge today is that people simply, they wake up, they get in their car, they go to their office, they're sitting down, they get back in their car, they go home, they walk to the fridge, and then maybe they do an intense workout. But even just doing an intense workout 4 days a week is not enough to really keep your metabolism where you want it to be. You have to program in the walking. It actually burns a lot more calories than people think if you get the correct amount of steps.
Oh, totally, man. And people will bag on it because they'll say it doesn't burn as many calories as running. Okay, that is absolutely true. But the percentage of fuel that you use as fat with walking is significantly more. So even though the absolute amount of calories might be less, as a percentage, you're tapping into much less muscle and you're oxidizing much more fat. So if you have the ability to go out and go for a walk and take a work phone call or something on a walk, like, it is a much better use of your time that is long-term going to be much more muscle sparing. And if you keep your muscle on you, your resting metabolic rate is going to be higher. So if you're looking at return on investment with your time, if you're after VO2 max and you're after cardiovascular, like endurance and fitness, I'm all for that. I'm a runner, like, I love it, but that's a different category. Whereas walking is like, hey, this is good for fat loss. I wanted to mention something else because you mentioned maybe something that people don't always think about. Like, there was a study published in Endocrine Reviews, and this is what I do, I just talk about random studies, but it was interesting because they found in this study that cities that were walkable, so cities that like encouraged more walking just by having sidewalks and stuff like that, had a 43% obesity rate, which is still very high, but compared to cities that were not walkable, they were between 53 and 60%, depending on where they were. So significant, and that's just not even looking at the amount of people that walked, that's just by simply creating an environment that encouraged walking.
Right.
Now,
yeah, that's a huge difference just for that little variable.
Well, if you look at that doesn't sound like you're looking at all people, but additionally they found there's a 30 to 50% less risk of diabetes in a walkable city. So, and that's independent of obesity. So just because people were encouraged to move more, they were sucking up blood glucose better into their cells, so their blood sugar was lower. So it's like these other things that people don't always realize. And just to have some fun with it, because I know you're big on the testosterone side. Walking, I can't remember the study right offhand, but we can put it.
I think I've seen this one.
Post. It was like, if you walk more than 8,000 steps, it was like the risk of hypogonadism, like you're basically just having super low testosterone, was almost like nil compared to people that walk less than 4,000. And then you mentioned something about getting sunlight. Then you've got the whole, like Huberman talks about, the skin, brain, gonadal axis. So if you're out in the sun, that's good for testosterone production. So, hey, what do you know? Go out for a walk in the sun.
Yeah, you know what? It is actually such an important lever for general health and for staying lean. So I actually think it's like non-negotiable. Does it, like, everyone should be walking. The bare minimum, let's say you're doing a lot of training, is okay, get 8,000 steps a day. But I found that 12 to 14,000 is awesome. And again, the one thing I'll push on is that with training, there's a cost. So doing a hard running workout, there's a recovery cost. There could be that when you're lifting heavy and then you're doing a lot of running, there could be like a being pulled in two directions, gaining muscle, staying more slim and slender. But with running and a lot of cardio workouts, you're gonna deplete some willpower. Especially for someone that's not used to doing running, it's gonna take some willpower, and it's also gonna stimulate your hunger response. And some people are more sensitive to that. Some people don't find it. It's just more individual. But for me, if I'm doing like hard cardio workouts, I get hungry. Now what happens? So you don't want to look at exercise in a vacuum. Some people look at exercise in a vacuum. Oh, I burn 800 calories. I burn 1,000 calories. I burn whatever it is. And then all of a sudden, their appetite's way higher, so they end up eating more. So what's the actual net benefit? If you burn 800 calories, but then your appetite is increased 500, it's only a 300 calorie net benefit. And so with walking, either it doesn't increase your appetite at all, or in some cases, when you're someone that's staying in, you're snacking, you're getting cravings, it can actually reduce the hunger and the cravings because you're getting outside, you're doing something, you're not thinking about food. And so walking actually, I find, has a greater net benefit for inducing calorie deficit than doing a lot of running, where you're gonna have an increase in hunger. And you guys can, like, if you think about it, if you look at like an athlete's appetite, athletes are known for just being able to eat so much because they're burning and they're still in the appetite. So walking, I find, is literally a secret weapon. And the key is to turn yourself into like a walking machine. So even if you live in a city that's not that walkable, go to a park, walk for 30 minutes, meet a friend for a walk, go into the part. Every town has a walkable park. You might not live in it, but go to that town and then park your car 15 minutes away. Go for a walk. I was with, I have an inner circle, so I have guys that are in my little inner circle. We meet up, every 3 months, and it was so cool to see because we finished this big dinner in Miami, and for sure we pushed the envelope on this dinner. We went over, but we were having fun. Went in Rome, and then a couple of my guys in my inner circle were like, "Let's get some steps in," and I'm like, "Sweet, let's do it." So we finished a big dinner. We got a nice walk in, and it gets the conversation going. A lot of times, if you have your best conversations when you're walking with someone and you're moving, and then just your mind is more still and ideas just kind of flow out. So there's a huge benefit beyond simply improving your health and burning calories and making it easier to get lean. Besides all that, there's huge benefit for creativity, for mood, for socializing, for ideas. So I actually have to walk. I see a massive difference,
It's also super scalable, and there's so many ways that you can make it harder if you do need to level it up with minimal equipment, right? Like you can say, okay.
Yeah, I'm very curious about.
Yeah, for one, I can't remember the study, but we could pull it. But it's like simply changing the terrain you walk on changes the amount of calories quite significantly depending on what it is. So like if you were to go like walking on grass. But a perfect example is walking in sand, right?
Right.
So it's like everybody knows that walking in sand like torches you, like it's hard, like calves are burning and everything. So there's always ways to scale it, and that's what's really nice. It's like super low impact, so that never changes unless you're doing like some crazy step downs or something. But like, okay, if you start going on uneven ground, like that's a whole different ball game. And like those micro movements, those are the millimeters that matter when it comes down to stabilizing muscles, but also just that extra 0.2 calories per step or whatever, right? Like just by having I gotta step over this rock. So little things that make it scalable. And there's the obvious things like putting a weight vest on, right? If you want to look totally like Richard Simmons, put some ankle weights on. But like these things do make a difference. So it's super scalable because people think, okay, well, walking, I've checked that box. The next logical step is for me to start jogging. that's cool. If you want to be a runner, like, more power to you. That's all great, but that starts putting you into a different category. Like, the thing about walking is it's passive. It's not. It is exercise, but it's also just life, and that's what I like about it. But there's ways to like elevate life, right? You know, so for me, it's like, okay, I'll take my 3-year-old daughter and we'll go for a walk, and it'll be a slow walk for the first couple miles, and then she might ask me to carry her, and I'm like, sweet, get on my shoulders. Now I just elevated my walk a little bit more, right? So it's infinitely scalable. Like, you can, and then if you're like, okay, I want to turn this into an actual workout, all right, well then you got sled pulls, then you got farmer's carries. Like, you can keep going. I mean, eventually it's gonna stop.
Very interesting. Yeah, one of the things I'll do is I'll walk, and then if I see a nice hill, I'll turn around and I'll walk up the hill backwards, and it's good for your knees and stuff. So I'll mix in a little bit of backwards walking here and there. I like the idea of carrying a 3-year-old. If you got a daughter or son, that's good. And then
Borrow one.
Yeah, borrow one. So, you know, I just think it makes such a big difference. Now, to give someone some concrete numbers, what I've seen is that and this is a different metric, right? But you burn about 10 calories per kilo. You burn about 10 calories per kilometer per kilo. So let's say you're walking 10 kilometers, about 6 miles, and you weigh 176 pounds, so 80 kilos. You burn 800 calories. And that's walking about 6 miles, 10 kilometers, and that might be more like 12,000 steps or so. That's 800 calories.
I think it's about an hour and a half or so, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe 2 hours.
probably 90 minutes. But again, you know what? Like, if you're already doing some day-to-day walking, and then you add an extra walk in, it might just be like 60 to 90 minutes of a brisk walk embedded into your day, because you're already getting a certain amount of steps every day just by walking in and out. So, but so you can burn a real amount, and you can really either induce a greater calorie deficit, or you can give yourself much more wiggle room to be able to, because the last thing you want to do is have to keep your calories very low to get lean. You want to be able to get enough nutrition in while getting lean, and so the walking can help create more of that buffer.
It's low oxidative stress too. Right? Like, you think of.
You see, my iPhone can
800 calories. With that 800
keep track of my
calories
steps.
is burned almost entirely from fat, because it's a low intensity beta oxidation movement. So it's like, that is a no-brainer. Like, would you rather burn 800 calories from fat, or 400 calories from fat and 400 calories from carbohydrates and glycogen? I mean, they all have their benefits. Calories, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to calories in, calories out. But if you're able to preserve some muscle, burn more of that from fat, that just makes a ton of sense.
100%. Yeah, 100%. That's a very, very good point. So yeah, I just tested it all. I've done more cardio workouts to get lean. I've done walking, and I was like, well, it's easier for me to just walk, hit the steps, hit my key lifts, keep my nutrition on point, and I'll get lean. And I find that to be, for me, more effective than trying to use, yes, I think you're absolutely correct. Like, if you want to improve VO2 max, conditioning, aerobic endurance, and stuff like that, then running is more conventional.
I guess I deleted the health tracker.
I want to get lean and healthy. You can just simply do a lot of steps, and that will do it.
Let's wrap up with ways that people can get more steps in without really realizing it. Like one of the quick, easy ones, park further away from the entrance of a store, right? Like, people don't realize how much that adds up real quick. Like, if you're parked on a Target and you're parking at the edge of the parking lot compared to trying to find the closest spot, like, you literally might have just gotten yourself 1,000 steps round trip.
That's a very, very good one. I haven't done this, but I know a lot of my clients and stuff, they'll buy a walking desk, and they'll have the walking desk. I haven't done it, but like, they'll crush steps super easily. The one thing I recommend doing is write down, pen to paper, or you can write it down on your phone, when you're gonna get in that walk every day. Because a lot of times people don't find the time and they make excuses. So if you actually, like, I schedule my workouts when I'm going to train, but I also schedule my walks. Okay, you know what? 2 o'clock, I'm going to go for a walk. Maybe you have a lunch break, and you can, every opportunity you have, go outside, get a walk. So if you're in an office and you got a lunch break or a little break, go for a 15-minute walk. Before or after dinner, go for a little walk. Call, maybe it's 8 o'clock, and you're calling your friends. Instead of sitting down, walk in a circle. Just, walk in your backyard. If it's snowing out, just walk in a circle. I actually I travel and I fly a lot, so sometimes I'm in an airport, I'm checked in, I'm at my gate, we're not boarding for 45 minutes, and I'll just walk the airport. People sit down, I'm sitting down. I'm just walking, I'm getting my steps in. And it's really, sometimes, you have a flight delay. I think I've had this
empty.
late hours, and I'm like, okay,
Message me anytime,
mattluigi.com. So,
Over and out.